Good morning, students. Welcome back to your online English class. In the previous lesson, we started with the making of a scientist, the lesson that you have in Footprints Without Feet. Until now, we read that how, right from the very beginning, Richard Albright had deep interest in research works. How his curiosity was further propelled by his mother, who kept on encouraging him in learning and also provided him with technological tools like telescope and microscope. We further read that how he developed keen interest in tagging butterflies and how the book provided to him by his mother, named The Travel of Monarch X, opened the horizons of butterflies before him. He even participated in county science fair projects wherein after initial failures he bounced back and stamped his authority in the years to come. In today's class we will be starting up with next subdivisions of the lesson, and the subdivision that we'll be taking up right on the card is theory about cell life. Albright got the idea for his new theory about cell life. He found out that cells can read the blueprint of its DNA. And as you're already aware that DNA is the substance in the nucleus of a cell that controls heredity. And thus DNA is the blueprint of life. Next subdivision tells us about Albright's other interests. Richard Albright had time for other interests too. He became a champion debater and public speaker. He became a good canoeist. He also became an expert photographer, particularly of nature and scientific exhibits. He praised his social studies teacher, Mr. Wehrer. He was the one who had opened Albright's mind to new ideas. And the last subdivision of this lesson is Albright's competitive nature to be the best in whatever he does. Richard Albright was competitive but not in a bad sense. He was not interested in winning for winning's sake or winning to get a prize. He simply wanted to be the best. The making of a good scientist was present in Albright. He had a first-rate mind. He had curiosity. He had the will to win for the right reasons. And thus, the book, The Travels of Monarch X, opened the world of science to him, and he never lost his scientific curiosity. Dear students, now very quickly we will discuss the main points of the story. First, at the age of 22, Richard Albright excited the world of science with a new theory on cells. Second, Richard's scientific career started with butterflies. Third, Albright collected butterflies when he was in kindergarten. Fourth, his mother encouraged his interest in learning. Fifth, she took him on trips and bought telescopes, microscopes, cameras, and other equipments. Sixth, his father died very young and his mother became his only companion and motivator. Seventh, by the time Richard Albright was in the second grade, he had collected 25 species of butterflies found around his hometown. Eighth, his mother gifted him a children's book called The Travels of Monarch X. Ninth, the book described how monarch butterflies migrated to Central America and opened the world of science for Richard Albright. 10th, he sent tagged butterflies to Dr. Urquhart, the writer of the book. 11th, Albright raised a flock of butterflies in his basement and would tag the butterflies' wings to send them to Dr. Urquhart. 12th, in the 7th grade, he entered the county science fair and lost. 13th, he wrote to Dr. Urquhart for new ideas and received many suggestions for experiments. 14th, the next year his science fair project was to test the theory that visory butterflies copy monarch butterflies. 15th, the project was placed first in the zoology division and third overall in the county science fair. 16th, in his second year in high school, Richard Albright discovered an unknown insect hormone. 17th, He and his friend showed that tiny gold spots on butterflies produced a hormone that was necessary for the butterfly's full development. 18th, this project won upright first place in the county fair and an entry into the International Science and Engineering Fair. 19th, he grew cells from a monarch butterfly's wings in a culture. 20th, Albright was able to identify the hormone's chemical structure. 21st, he showed how the cell can read the blueprint of its DNA. 22nd, Richard Albright graduated from Harvard with highest honors, second in his class of 1,516 students. 23rd, Albright had time for other interests too. 24th, he was a champion debater, a good canoeist, and an expert photographer. 25th, Richard Albright had great admiration for his social studies teacher Richard E. Wehrer, who opened his mind to new ideas. 26th, Richard Albright was competitive but not in a bad sense. He wanted to be the best. 27th, the travels of Monarch X opened the world of science to him and he never lost his scientific curiosity after that. Dear students, I hope that the way the chapter is presented to you in a nutshell will serve its purpose in very true sense. Thank you.